Good afternoon, and you're welcome. Today's episode of the Rashad Grove Show. First of all, make sure you like, subscribe, follow, and share. Smash that like button. Features the one and only legendary producers and songwriters Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. I spoke to them about working with Prince, starting out being with The Time, and creating hits with the SOS Band, Human League, Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson, and so many more artists. And for the first time, taking their show on the road and performing some of the songs they've written for other artists with the Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis and Friends concerts. This is my second time speaking with them. They are two of my favorites. They're just great guys, and we had a great conversation about music and how they raised us who love R&B in the 80s. So make sure you check out this latest episode of the Rashad Grove Show featuring the one and only Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. You're welcome. Hold on for 1 second. I got to do something so I can feel official.
Come on, man. How'd it go last night, Jam? Oh,
What y'all think?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Come on now.
I work it out.
You working it out, bro. Let's go.
I had to keep it on.
Yeah.
I keep it on.
You're muted, Jim. Just want to make sure you muted yourself, Jim.
Jam, yeah.
All right, there we go.
Well, now I feel like I'm in the time.
Come on now.
There you go.
I feel or on Perspective Records.
There you go.
How y'all doing this morning?
We're doing great,
Wonderful,
brother.
Man, I can't. You don't understand. Y'all have raised me for good or bad to be the man I am today. Talking to my wife crazy like how y'all was talking, and talking romantically as well.
Okay.
Great balance. I'm such a big,
That's funny.
such a big fan.
Don't let us get you kicked out, bro.
Look, she just left, so I can talk a little crazy.
Yeah,
Yes,
That's right.
Now, you gentlemen on the west, in the Midwest now, or in the east? Where y'all coming from this morning?
I'm the East. I'm in
in
New
the
York.
West right now, yes.
Oh, yes, early. It's early. Let me get on out your way now. Getting this Ray Harris Lifetime Achievement Award. Now you have a lot of awards you've gotten over your distinguished career. Alexander O'Neill said you even got the Help the Bear Award one time. so y'all used to getting awards, but tell me about how did it feel to get this particular award?
Well, it's going to be beautiful to actually get it. I think there's a lot of parallels because Ray Harris was one of the people that was really responsible for us early on in our careers when we first started. One of the people that when we gave our demos out to everybody when we were just trying to get started, and we ended up at Solar Records, and when Ray was there, and he really championed us, man. He really was one of the people that tried to look out for us and make sure we were getting the chances to, get with the artists and get chances to make music in the early days. So it's kind of full circle that way, and it's also full circle because it's in Atlanta. This award is normally in LA, but this year the fact that it's in Atlanta is very significant because Atlanta's been so significant to us and really the beginning of our career. I mean, our first big record came out of Atlanta, SOS Band, Just Be Good to Me. So we feel like it's kind of full circle.
Yeah. How about you, Mr. Lewis?
He said it wonderfully. Definitely, Ray Harris has been a big part of our career. Promoting the records that we did. It's gone on to have an outstanding career, and she's just been around for a long time. So, I mean, the best part of the night for me, I mean, we love the award part, but just being able to fellowship with all the industry greats from over the years that we've, had the pleasure to associate with is going to be a fun time.
Yeah. So also, did y'all know when that snowstorm came and y'all got stuck? Was that should have been a sign that we're gonna be big? It don't even be snowing down here. Was that a sign?
No, that was a sign that we were going to be fired.
Right. Yeah.
Which ended up being, in retrospect, we were being free to pursue the destiny that God had written for us.
Yep.
But at the time, man, there was nothing I can't even think of a worse feeling than that.
I'm
Just
with
being
you.
able to
I'm with you.
reflect on it, is cool. But man, at the time we were letting our brothers down. Like they were
Uh,
gonna have to play a gig without us. That's unacceptable. And so
wow.
we had to accept that fate. Wasn't about the money, wasn't about even getting fired. It was just letting the fellas down. Never again.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. So I saw on last month Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis and friends. How did it feel to get on that stage and be with some of the folks you've worked with over the years?
It was fantastic. We're kind of at the part of our lives. We don't necessarily want to call it the bucket list, but we kind of feel like there's things we still haven't done. And one of those things is we haven't played our catalog of songs live. So it's a concentration that we're really going for next year in particular, where we want to do a bunch of live shows. We want to put our songs in front of people, but also we want to tell some of the stories behind the songs. And so being in Stockbridge, in Georgia, and being able to tell a lot of those Atlanta stories and the alignment that Atlanta had was amazing. And then to have those people on stage, to have Sherelle and Ann Nesby from Sounds of Blackness and Deborah Cox and Shantae Moore and Morris and Jerome from The Time and
Jordan
Jordan
Knight.
Knight from New Kids. I mean, come on, man. It was amazing. And then, SOS Band, where we started off, like I say, our very first hit record after the snowstorm happened and we got fired. First record, literally, we got fired. We went from that studio where we got fired and mixed Just Be Good to Me. So to have,
Uh,
Mary Davis, who doesn't really perform anymore, she was like, no, I'm coming. And it
wow.
was so inspirational to have her on stage. So, and even she added a song. Like we were going to do a couple songs, and she said, "I want to do The Finest. Let's do another song." We're like, "Okay, cool." And so, it all worked out beautifully. The crowd couldn't have been better, and it made us really excited about doing more of the live performance stuff. Share those memories with people.
Yes, yes. Listen, man. Listen, y'all take that thing on the road, man. I'm gonna be in the front with my Presley on.
You got a Presley, bro.
I go to the thrift store like, yo, I'm fine with it. Though. I got to
There you
find one.
go.
All right.
There you go.
Tell me about coming up in that talent base and pool in Minneapolis. Was y'all just playing, or did y'all know like, yo, it's a lot of bad sisters and brothers in our vicinity?
I think Prince was an outstanding, what I mean, he stood out,
Yeah.
talent. I mean, he was different. There were several different outstanding talents. You had Sonny Thompson, who played bass for Prince, but he was a guitar player, singer, just outstanding. Craig Peterson, all kinds of different people that came from Minneapolis. But I have to tell you, like, the music scene wasn't what you think it was. It was a lot of talented people, but you don't know the measure of your talent until you get out of your environment and post it up against other people. So we knew we were pretty good, but we didn't know how good we were. But we lived in an environment, that was resource rich in terms of musicians. We were all playing and competing against one another and still sharp and still. So I guess it was a great environment for us growing up. We weren't afraid of anything. We were exposed to pretty much everything. We didn't grow up in an all black environment, so we were exposed to all kinds of different musical genres, and we accepted those as our standard of what music is and could be. So
Yeah.
I'm grateful for that. Just growing up around different things. So I think that kind of forged what Minneapolis musically became.
And I
And
think it
carrying
was
those
also the
amps
lack
through
of opportunity too.
sure.
I will
Oh
say
yeah.
just it's also the
Oh
lack
wow.
of opportunity because we couldn't play in the white clubs. I mean, they'd have white bands play R&B, but they wouldn't let black people in the clubs to play
White
R&B
bands
music.
playing R&B.
Yep.
Oh
So
yeah.
so so the saying is, we just want a seat at the table. So we just built our own table. We rented out a ballroom at a hotel that actually was condemned, as a matter of fact. But we rented out the ballroom, and we had like 1,500 people show up the very first night. And the clubs were sitting empty, and everybody was like, "Where's everybody at?" And they said, "They're down watching the band you wouldn't hire." You know, but
Watching
we
me.
realized it taught us to be entrepreneurs. It's not enough to just have the talent if you don't have a place to show it. So if you're not going to allow us to show our talent somewhere, we're going to make our own place. And that's the kind of attitude we had, you know, in the local bands we played with, in when we started Perspective Records to try to make records that nobody else was making. And it just kind of carried us through. You know, was the adversity was the thing that kind of carried us through. So that's the other thing. You know, Minneapolis was a beautiful city. We love Minneapolis, but sometimes you know, the struggle or the things that are there are the things that actually make you, you know, push you forward. You know, and I think we had that opportunity.
Yeah, and listen, y'all had to be tough musicians carrying your amps through 80 feet of snow during
That's
the
right.
winter. That builds integrity.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, integrity. That builds some strong muscles.
But for my own fandom, I want to ask this. Tell me about shooting Graffiti Bridge. And after all the time is amazing. After getting fired, getting freed, and having all that success and coming back with the crew. How was that?
It was great being with the fellas.
Oh yeah.
That was the best part. And we got to hang out all day because literally they'd call us in the morning at 7 in the morning. We'd be sitting on the set. And a lot of days they wouldn't even film us. It was just a
Yep.
bunch of other stuff. But hanging out with the fellas was the
Fun.
best. Yeah.
Because these are some of the funniest cats that ever lived, walked the earth. I mean,
Yep.
and at that time, I think Tevin Campbell was there. I think George
Yep.
Clinton was there. So we were just all
Mavis
just hanging.
Staples.
Mavis Staples, yeah, we were just
Yep.
hanging out, chilling, you know. And we knew the script that was written, but it ended up being we wrote the script on set. It's like,
Yeah.
man, I'm not gonna say that.
Right.
It's like,
Exactly. Exactly.
you know, we just did what we needed to do. So.
Yeah.
Man, that was always great to see y'all in there, man. Here's my last one for you. Thank you for your time. I want to ask both of you, what do you love about today's music? And what do you believe is missing in today's music?
Wow. That's a great question. I love I love today's music, quite honestly. Um, I would say the thing that I feel is missing, but I think it's trending towards coming back, is the art of collaboration. Terry and I came up in a time where he was the bass player, I was the keyboard player. We had a drummer, you know, we had a guitar player, and so everybody had to fill their role and then mesh together, right? So like a team, it was a team sport, which I loved about that. I think nowadays, because the technology exists where you can just make a song on your laptop all by yourself, I think that's what you're not seeing. You're not really feeling that, you know, a great bass player with a great guitar player with a great drummer, but then everybody leaving each other space to do their thing. I'm beginning to see more bands and more people being interested in playing in groups. And so I think that piece that's missing is coming back. And I also think there's inspirational people. I always say her is one of the artists that I always look to because she's obviously a songwriter, she's obviously a singer, she's a producer, but she also plays a mean guitar, plays the keyboards, plays the drums, plays the bass. And I think the young women in particular that look at her, you know, 8, 9 years from now, I think music will be in a wonderful place because of people like her. And she will be the, you know, almost the beacon that will bring people to it and have little girls going, I don't just want to sing or I just don't want to just dance. I want to play an instrument. And I think people need to see that and pick that up. And I feel she's one of the people. There's a lot of people, but I think she's kind of at the forefront of that. So I don't really, there's nothing I really, I mean, missing, yes. I think that the art of collaboration is probably missing.
Yeah. Well, my answer would be the art of appreciation. I think that dictates how art is driven now. And I'll say that just on the base level. If you don't have water, you know, you're not really worried about that because it's something that you just turn on in the spigot and it's
Yeah.
always available to you. So you never worry about it until the day they turn the water off and you can't drink or take a bath,
Yeah.
or the day that something happens with the air and you can't breathe.
Mm.
Those are the intangible things that you just take for granted. And I think music is now taken for granted in society. You know, if you like this, you also like that. So you never really fully invest in what music is. And everybody's around, criticizing what music might be. But it's all a reflection of where we are in a societal pit here. Like, we have to respect the people that create, and we have to respect the music that they create, whether you like it or not. It's like free speech. It's like, it's never free. It takes a lot to make and create music. So if we invest a little bit more, now music, $9.99 you can get every piece of music that ever existed in the world. It's like you can just throw one for the other. But it used to be a time, man, you had to go to the record store, dig into crates, to dig through stuff. You find, you went for consumption, but you found mass production. It's just like you
Right.
find things. The discovery was different, man. You go to somebody's house, man, and they put on some Black Ivory, and you've been listening to the Dramatics. You'd be like, "Who is that?" Like that. You invested in it, and you put time in it, and when you found something that was particularly good to you, you would want to expose it to everybody. That shared listening experience, that's missing. Because
Yes.
now it's just, it comes on, it goes off, and it's just some shit you vacuum to.
Yep.
And at the and at the end of the day, that doesn't reflect well for the people who are creating the art, because then that attitude it's a throwaway attitude. We can't just throw our art away.
Yep.
And as Black people, we tend to do that. Like, yeah, we're rock and roll, but hell, we moving on to something else. We're jazz, but yeah, we're moving on to something else. Yeah, we're blues, but we're moving on to something else. We still have to respect those things, because those are our creations.
Yes.
So
Look,
that is what I think is missing. I don't necessarily think there's anything missing in today's creators other than the respect that they deserve.
fantastic, man. I can't thank y'all enough for your time, and congratulations on your award. But I must offer some thanks. I want to thank you for Tell Me If You Still Care. Patty Jackson from WDS in Philly played that like at 2:00 p.m. for 40 years straight. I don't know what was going on, but she wanted somebody to care. So that's in my head. Thank you for it. You remind me, and love would never do. And man, just on look. Thank you for I'm Only Human.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank y'all
man.
so much, man. Such big fans, and congratulations again.
Brother.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, my pleasure. You have a good one.